All right. Good evening, everybody. We're going to call this meeting to order at 6:01. And we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call. Tony Artist here. Grayson Finch is excused. Susan Gehrman here. Hayden Heikela is excused. Cody McCarty
here.
Anthony Roller
Here.
and Zena Perry. Not sure where she's at. So, but we do have 4, so we do have a quorum. Next on the agenda is the approval of the July 28th agenda. Does anybody have any deletions or corrections?
There is, here on the first page, under the bylaws and master plan, there's an H in my last name. McCarthy.
Oh, that's in the minute. We're doing the agenda right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. I'll make the motion.
All right.
Which one are we?
We're doing the agenda.
Oh, on the agenda?
Yeah.
Tonight's agenda.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
One second. I'm here.
Oh, okay. And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Right. They are approved. Now we have the minutes. And from June 22nd. And so 7A2. You don't want a new name, Cody?
Nah. I believe that's the only spot.
All right.
And it has me as absent, but I was here.
Yeah, you came in late.
I
Doesn't
don't
have
think that one I
Was
came
it
in
no?
late. I think that one I was on time.
June 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Whatever, I was here.
He was here.
Make the correction that she's here.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Do you have a motion to approve with those 2 corrections?
I make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Anybody opposed? I think so. All right. Now we have public comment on agenda items only. Do we have any public comment? No? All right. Discussion, unfinished business. I've left the bylaws on here. We'll get to them probably after the festival and get them updated. And
That's this big.
nope, what you have, the big packet you have is the master plan,
Oh. Okay.
which needs updating. So we also need to go through that. And again, unless we hold a special meeting, we'll do that right after the festival. Yeah. Okay, next is update on the cleanups, and everybody knows that we canceled the one for Markham Park due to the weather. So we will need to reschedule that, and I think at this point we'll just try. I said afterwards, I don't know what we were thinking, trying to schedule one in July when it's so hot, but then it was going to be hot, it was going to rain. So,
Have you been back here, Cody, and seen how that goes?
At Markham, I haven't in a little while now.
Just wondering if maybe we just want to put it off till next year or something.
Okay.
I can get back there probably next week or so. I'll walk
Let
it.
Mother Nature take care of it for a while.
all right, we'll put that down as a possibility, and Cody in his spare time will check it out for us. for now, the beautiful Bedford Township Awards are on hold. I have both of your things, but those are on hold. There's some discrepancy, so I need to talk to the township office on that one. 7E Skeet Gehrman Park, for a playground equipment update and the sign update. I noticed the sign's still up.
Yeah, I'll remind Thor this morning.
Okay.
I'll shoot him another message.
All right.
And yeah, as far as the playground equipment, the board wanted to see more,
They wanted
the
what?
full quotes. basically.
Installation costs,
Yep,
and then they want a blueprint of, expansion of the layout or whatever.
yep. So, look into it a little bit more. And talking with Mike, the chair of the PC, because he's done a couple playground projects. He was telling me about the surface requirements. So another thing in your guys' packet is that's from the CPSC. It's the requirements for surfacing. Right now, we probably have a compressed 3 inches of wood chips down there. If you're using wood chips, it needs supposed to be 9 inches. Rubber mulch, which can be 6 inches. So I started getting the prices on that. The same place that that playground boss that we were looking at the equipment from does have both of those. The rubber seems a lot more expensive, but then once you start doing the math, I think rubber might be a couple $100 cheaper. Rubber is like $987 for, I think, 320 square foot or 240 square foot at 6 inches. And the wood is $75 for 100 square foot at 3 inches.
Now, would that be something that the installation guys would do, or is that something we had to do afterwards?
Oh, they would do that during
That would be
installation.
included in the
Yeah.
cost?
Yep.
Do they give you an environmental impact on using wood chips versus the rubber? I mean, do you get any kind of information about that?
They might have, I know they have a product sheet. From what I just glanced over, the rubber is a recycled rubber. The wood is it's like the approved, because in here it says it can't be like recycled, like pallets or.
Yeah, you can't get
treated
it like,
wood.
it's tied to Riverside.
Yeah.
Make it, you can't use
Yeah,
it.
it can't be railroad ties or,
Yeah.
anything that's treated like that. So that one, what they provide wood-wise is approved. Their rubber is approved as well. But yeah, as far as, like environmental impact, I think they just have like a safety data sheet. they
So-
offer.
You want to have them give you a quote then for all that stuff?
Yep. Yeah, I'll do a quote with the other thing we have to
And they
think
will
of.
do the expanding footprint and everything like
Yep.
that?
Well, we might have to do it with the, swing set and not swing set, the jungle gym type thing
Mhm.
and the slide, and then the swing set that's existing. They have the safety area, so that keeps everything 10 foot away from each other. So that way, you don't get the crazy kids jumping on top of things from different items. Taking that into account, it'll have to be a decent sized expansion, but that's not to say we can't do one thing and then add the slide later, 'cause that's more standalone. So we almost have enough room. GIS isn't exact, but I kind of was like measuring it out. We might have to add another 200 square foot. And I think we'd meet. all
No,
the
is that
standards.
something they would lay out for you too in the bid quote?
We might be able, I'll have to ask them, we might be able to get them to. If not, I don't think it'd be too difficult, especially because if we're upgrading the surface on this side, we're gonna have to do underneath the swings as well. So I don't know, like what that would entail if we'd have to lift the
I
swing.
kind of like to get everything
Yeah,
in line when we present it to the board next time,
Yeah.
so we don't have backlash,
Yeah.
you know. That was kind of on us, really, you know.
Well, the thing was, though, it was given to us and said, have your Parks and Rec say that this is good. And they were going to hold a special meeting to push that through. And so, you know, it was, we want to get this done now because with the park rental. So yeah, we can take part of it, but we were just following.
All right, I
But we were-
understand, but you know, going forward,
Yeah,
I mean, we need to do that. We need to look at all the angles and get all the dollar signs in order.
yep.
Yeah. And then the other thing I noticed while reading through the CPSD, which I only printed off this little section on surfacing, but it's like a 68-page document. The border we have right now is absolutely approved. It's like the plastic kind of railroad tie type things. But in order to use that, you also have to have a wheelchair accessible. So that company also sells a ramp.
Okay.
That thing's, I think, $800 for the ramp.
So, yeah, I mean, we have to do that, you know.
Yep,
You want to do
And-
that if you want people to use the park.
exactly, yeah.
And the goal is still to have one piece separate from the other two pieces, correct? I mean,
Yeah.
all right.
We-
And I have heard from a couple of residents wanting to know, you know, when is it going back in? It's out. We were out there. We had it rented and we
Yep.
got out there. There was nothing there. And I'm like, you know, all I can do is apologize. And it was a safety issue.
Yeah,
And we're working on it.
I don't see it. If we get it in by October, I'd be surprised, to
Yeah.
tell you the truth. Cause you gotta go through the process of getting it and then having it approved and then getting it scheduled. And so, you know, it may not even happen this year,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
The good thing is we have the money.
Okay,
Our money issues were cleared up at the last board meeting, so we do have the money to cover it. So, anything else on Skeet Scareman?
the bridge was recently recent. You guys haven't been out there in the last week or so. That looks really good.
What were they doing to the, I call them pipe rails because they look like, the clerk had said that she asked them to do, some work on those.
So I know there was one piece that was loose.
Okay,
And then just getting some of those invasive vines off of there. But yeah, one was pretty wobbly.
yeah, and that's something that we want to maybe take a look at, in the future, replacing those, because if anybody has any height at all, they gotta bend over
Oh,
to
yeah.
grab that. Those things going down, the pipe handrails going down into the park, because,
You know, they're at a very awkward.
yeah. Yeah,
there
there's,
should be some type of code on it, shouldn't there be?
I believe there is, but those were probably put in long before
Oh my
codes
gosh,
were
they've been there
established,
for
yeah.
50 years probably.
Well,
Yeah.
So,
I believe it's 36 inches for like regular stairs in a dwelling.
yeah.
So,
Now, I'm jumping ahead here a minute. Where are the power places at in there? Because I noticed that like the bounce house has to have X amount of ampage. Is that,
so there's, I forget how many outlets in the pavilion. There's quite a few,
Okay.
more than I expected. And then there's also, you can hook up to the bathrooms as well, which is where like the meter are is and everything.
oh,
And like the little back room behind the bathroom.
all right.
They had brought last time some pretty massive extension cords with power boxes, and they set all that up.
And what I had mentioned once before is even after, you know, the festival's our main priority right now, and we get that done, then I think we need to take a tour of each park and see what we think needs to be done to them so that we can budget for stuff for next year. Okay, now on to the festival. And the festival is September 19th. The parade, the proclamation to shut down the road got approved at the last board meeting, so that's now, has to get state approval to know that we can actually shut it down. If not, we're gonna have to reroute the parade. We do have, at the last board meeting, we had a Gold Star Mom speak. And that, that American Legion Post is willing to do the colors at the front of the parade. So,
nice.
got that, lined up. Level Park Racing, the crew that, races over at, well, they race at several places now. And they're all Level Park kids, grew up in Level Park, I think, or live in Level Park now. They want to participate that day, and it's not a race day, so they want to help at the actual festival itself. And so I was thinking maybe of seeing if, they want to have one or two cars on display
Yeah.
that,
Kids would love that.
the kids,
Yeah.
yeah, I love that, so. But yeah, they're real gung ho about, wanting to participate and let them
That's
know. what we
really
need.
nice.
So,
They're excited about being part of it.
yeah,
Maybe
Yeah.
it'll just get bigger and bigger.
yeah,
So,
back to the good old days.
Yeah,
so do we have any confirmation on the bouncy house and all that stuff that, have we already contacted that company?
I've reached out, I'm still waiting to get some, what they have available.
Okay,
And that was my question, how many? Do we want just one big one? Do we want a couple of smaller ones? What did you guys think?
well,
I mean, they
I
start,
guess I don't, what's everything that they provide and what we're also, what we're getting, I guess. Is then they do the bouncy house and something else, or?
They have some games.
well, in the past, they've done games and bouncy houses. We did talk about doing some of our own games instead of using them. There was some feedback that the games weren't used much. But I don't know because I wasn't there, so I have to rely on.
Honest, I've never been to one.
Yeah. The last time I went to a festival out there is when the Lions Club was in charge of it.
Oh, you're dating yourself.
So I'm dating myself.
I went to the first one and I wasn't paying attention
Mm.
to what the kids were doing. I was looking for what I was gonna do there.
But I will be sending some stuff out to you guys about that, about the bouncy houses and the different costs, and because they go up to like $450 for, depending on what you get. So, and they've used Fund Services, and Fund Services come and set them all up and come back and tear them down. We just have to provide the workers. So they have one that's called the obstacle course, but before I dug too deep in it, I needed to know about the electrical and stuff like that. Because looking at pictures, I found some pictures and videos online from the previous one, and it looked like they were all about the same size bounce house. They didn't have like one great big one, and they just had.
So did they have multiple then?
They had, it looked like two bounce houses, but then there were some inflatable games. And then some other booth games set up. We talked about, one of the last meetings, we talked about some different games that we could do. I tried to reach out to, the school district, and I'll follow back up because I know that all of the games that the Urbandale Men's Club built that were used for like the Urbandale Frolic were all still in storage at Urbandale School. So, and like one of the little miniature golf thing and there's a ring toss, lots of different games. And so we were trying to incorporate a little bit of everything or think about it so that, because again, some of the feedback I got was that the inflatable games and the other booth games that were set up weren't actually that busy. So I will get some more information together and sent out so that at our next meeting, if not before then, we may have to schedule a meeting to come in to wrap up once all the details come in. But what's the general idea of or feeling on doing some other games instead of the inflatables, like a ring toss or a ring the pop, ring the, juice, whatever, or a cakewalk or a snack walk, just trying to throw some things in there that kids might like. What do you think?
Well, they used to be really popular at Urbandale School.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm a little bit out of touch with what kids want to do now, but they used to be really popular. You just have to have some halfway decent prizes to kind of entice them too.
Yeah.
Sometimes the candy is enough, but we might look at get a catalog or something from some places that does prizes for.
Well, yeah, the past, I think the last one was 2022. Is that right, Cody? 2024?
Yeah.
Okay. The pictures I saw were from 22. And like Cody said, candy was used as the price thing there. So I have been cleaning out my stockpile stuff of toys and that, and I will send some of those pictures out to you guys. I did post some pictures on the Parks and Rec page asking, like I got a G.I. Joe doll thing and there's tea sets and bigger prizes. So that, and I'm willing to donate them. I'm willing to donate them because, and this is stuff that I've had for a little while, and I need to empty out that storage unit. So like I said, I can send more pictures out.
We kind of need to figure out what games we're gonna have, and then from there we can figure out what type
Prizes.
of prizes. Yeah.
Because I do have some bigger prizes too. So I was thinking like, they have the bucket game where you throw something in the first bucket, you get a prize on the second, then the third, and the fourth. But some of those are Nerf guns, and I didn't know if we could do that. I didn't know what the rules are, so. But I have other, bigger stuff. What games would you like to see?
Like I said, I haven't been, and, ring toss is good. The bucket one you just talk about, get the first one, second one, you could use ping pong balls or something like that if you want, and then,
That's usually what's used in that one, because sometimes they'll pop out, so, what about a cakewalk or snack walk and use, snack cakes? They walk around and then wherever they stop and they get to.
So you have to have a music source.
Right.
Musical chairs, but with
Mhm.
cakes or something.
Yeah.
Right, you have
That's what
numbers
it
on the
is,
floor
yeah.
and you walk around and.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Especially for little kids, that would be fun.
Now, for little kids, I thought about a fish pond.
Like have a plastic swimming pool with stuff in it, or.
No, I was thinking about,
Or they.
they tie the string, they throw the hook over, the
And you
push and
put
pull.
something on
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, that would be easy.
Okay, and then another thing that could be for toddlers and a little up is you take a kids pool and you fill it with sand and then you put eggs in it, you know, like the eggs that you fill with stuff.
Just
And
put money in those.
they do,
Yeah,
you can
sure.
put prizes in them, you can put candy in them, you can put money in them. I don't know if I have enough dinosaur themed eggs, but we could call it like we could just decorate it so that it looks like a dinosaur pit and they could
Yeah,
get, you know, okay.
but you're gonna have to, I don't know, I got sand, I bought sand down to Bosker's for something and it was fairly expensive and damn heavy.
Oh, I know it's heavy. I know it's
You know,
heavy. I don't.
I mean, I'm just thinking, okay, we could take the bags of sand down there in a pool, but to get it out of
Out
there
there.
would be the
That'd
other
be
thing.
Cody's job. That'd be the fire department's job to take that out. What about if we don't want to do the dig like that? I know we have the rubber duck race, but fill up the pool with water and they pick a duck out and it has a number on the
Yeah.
bottom.
I think that's who.
That would be easier.
Yeah,
All
that's good.
right. Guess you're off the hook there, Cody. You ain't gotta haul the sand back up.
Just got to get the pool filled for us.
Yeah. There's a hose down there. That should be easy.
How many games is that so far?
Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 or 5.
Plus the bouncy house?
Plus a bouncy house. And then I was thinking, something to do with a basketball, because kids love to throw a basketball or throw a football through a
Through a hole. or
hole. Yeah,
That should be relatively easy to make too.
yeah.
Couple pieces of OSB and take the hole and pull it to where it's not gonna fall over constantly.
Right. Because that's the other thing you have to be careful of.
Yeah.
We had a spinning wheel tip over at Urbandale School one year, and a little girl got hit in the head and ended up having to go get stitches.
Oh, jeez.
So we didn't
That's a
do,
nightmare.
yeah,
What's the age range for most of these, I guess? Are they like from toddler all the way up to like teen? or-
yeah,
Maybe through elementary school or something.
yeah. That's, I mean, that's who the prizes are gonna be geared at too.
Okay.
Unless
That's
we
right.
do toss some candy in there and an adult wants to play.
Or a teenager.
Yeah. So, all right, if you think of something else or you come across a neat idea for a game, shoot out an email. I will get the email group created, so then you can just hit reply to all. If you come up with something else that you think might want to work. If we do like I said, I gotta talk to the racing people. If we do touch the race car, get a picture. Do you think the fire department would do like touch a truck with a fire truck or?
Yeah, it'd have to be up top.
Right.
Because, I mean, maybe the brush truck could get down there without sinking too much, but.
Well, I'm thinking those probably all need to be up at the
Yeah.
top anyways.
Yeah, especially like after the parade, just have them circle around and
Yeah.
set up somewhere.
So what kind of things are we gonna have in the parade, I guess, too? Hold on. Fire trucks gonna be in the parade?
Yeah, fire trucks,
Yeah, police cars usually or no?
we did it 2 years ago. We could try to arrange that though. They'll also be responsible for shutting down the road.
Right.
I'm blanking on their name right now. The little
Shriners,
Shriners, yep. Then we could open it up to people with like classic cars.
Okay.
What about horse clubs or something?
Yeah, that'd be great.
4-H
Yeah.
or 4-H clubs, even just to march in the.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Are the church groups?
Yep, so I did have one church who was interested in making, potentially a float and also like it's the Seventh-day Adventist church there on 37. They've got, it's like they're similar to Scouts, but they just call them the campers. And one of their badges was like a s'mores. There's a couple badges they might be able to knock out. But he was thinking of setting up like a booth where, it'd be like s'mores booth, like something, for $1 you could buy like a piece of graham cracker, chocolate, and the marshmallow, and one of the kids would cook your marshmallow for you, and then you allow people to make this.
Oh, church wants to do that?
Yep. And then they also were thinking about doing a float. I know the guy who contacted me was gonna take it to his church board to get permission. I haven't heard how that
Okay.
went, so I'll keep you guys updated there.
And like I said, I know you might not think so, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt to send, at least give them the opportunity. I like to see, all of them, Gale, Battle Creek, Penfield, Hastings, they all could, I mean, they are part of Bedford,
Right.
So, I mean, just send them a letter, say, hey, would you be interested in having your marching band,
We have,
was that 10 minutes?
we used to have
10-minute
marching
thing,
Yeah.
I think
So,
they used to have Gull Lake, but it was like at the end of this season, cause we had our thing like in June.
Oh, yeah.
And so
Mhm.
actually school was out, but they pulled kids together and brought, enough kids to march.
Yeah.
So they might be interested, although they're in so many competitions now. Not like it used to be where they were
Yeah.
looking for things to be in.
And I know that trustee Blanchard, was gonna check back with the Shriners
Okay.
because they had asked him if we were having it this year. And once we said that we were having it, he was gonna reach back out to make sure that they still wanted to participate.
Be nice if somebody would do the patriotic float or something because it's the 250th anniversary still all year.
Yeah.
We have, I asked my daughter to design a flyer for the parade and for the festival. And then once the parade one, then we can get them posted up around, with contact information. And how did you guys work that in the past? Because I couldn't find any flyers or anything in that stuff you gave me that showed how people
Yeah, I'm not
register.
sure how Danielle called that. When I joined, they were kind of like middle of planning for this.
I didn't know if, it had to have a township phone number on it or if,
I don't believe.
okay. Cody said, so that works
I'll
for me.
double check on that, but yeah, I think they just were reaching out to
And she also was gonna put a QR code on it so that they could just register right online and do that. Then we can get them hung up around town and we can get them distributed out in the mail. And I know time is running short. So, the other church, is it the other church? Are they doing like the hot dogs? Did they do that?
I haven't gotten confirmation.
You haven't gotten
yet.
confirmation,
That's the
okay.
Bible church. I did, speak with Pastor McCarty over there, when he came in a couple weeks ago. Just letting him know, hey, it's back on, it's this date. Anything they're willing to provide, like in years past, they're more than welcome to do. So, he's gonna talk with them.
And if any of you have any contacts you want to reach out to about prizes or sponsoring, can we get most of them require a tax ID number.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
for this
one.
one,
I
okay.
can get that from the treasurer.
All right, we get that to me. We also are having a face painter. And I don't know what her official thing is. It's Gina Newsom who does, I think it's fantasy something.
She's the same person we had at Lions.
She's
Really
great.
good.
Yep, she's great. And there will be no cost to the taxpayers for that because I am going ahead. That's gonna be one of my donations to that. And I'm covering her fee. So that. And she will be there from 10:30 to 2. Painting faces. And that's the hours of the festival, correct, Cody?
I believe so.
2. We do need to touch base with Gull Lake about using this, about using the school parking lot to. Apparently some used it a few years ago, the night before, to stage where they were at, stage their stuff. But then that's where the parade started from, so. We just need to get permission and of course, invite them. And I do,
Is that the plan for the parade this year, is to start from there, that end?
the parade is, the plan, if the state approves our request, is to start at the Masonic Lodge.
So we need to contact them too,
Yep,
if we get permission.
yep. And I don't know how long they take to approve. But we'll keep on it and see. Entertainment. You said you were gonna reach out to the person.
Yeah, I'm still looking for contact. info
Okay.
For, Robin,
Or does anybody else have anybody that has?
Who is that, Cody?
he was the, he did a lot of like the performing arts stuff at Gull Lake. He was the teacher and then the storytelling
Oh.
teacher there.
Okay,
But 2 years ago, he performed there, him and Bobby Holly. And he does like a folky kind of just one name band acoustic stuff. Some
and his
covers.
name is what?
Robin Knott.
Okay.
I forget what name he, like his stage name went by though. But,
Oh.
yeah, I know that they're not.
I've also put out some feelers, and I'm gonna do this with the schools too, about having some kids do some performing, whether it's singing or dancing or whatever, and try and, I want to get as much community involvement
Mhm.
and get the kids involved, get older people involved. So if you know anybody that likes to perform, did you say you,
Cody.
Cody?
Him
6 years.
and his band there.
That all comes back to you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Now, it was mentioned that at previous ones, they had a petting zoo.
So it wasn't 2 years ago, so I must have missed those.
Okay.
times.
I have the,
If we have horses in there, right?
You want to pet the horse?
Yeah. Why
If they
not?
stick around. Gotta find some clubs.
Do we have any around here?
Well, they show up for the fair. That's the middle of August. So maybe we could find out if anybody's interested. Somebody could go to the fair.
well, I'll,
Well, and Barrett County Fair is over with by now, but that, there could be some closer clubs that are close to us.
I will check.
You know, there's a club up over off maybe 89, kind of by like Chef Center and stuff. There's a club I always see riding around over there.
Is there?
Yeah,
Don't know the name of it.
I don't know.
The ones I know aren't active anymore, so.
I will check with Dina Garbison and see if
Oh,
she has any input. But yeah. Check out the fair. And the goal is, everything is no cost except the duck race. And what are those usually?
I believe we did like $2 or $3 a couple of years ago
Okay.
to get entered. And we ordered like a special, it was like this giant inflatable duck as the prize for that. I don't know, like $20 on Amazon or something.
So what do? Start it at one end and stop them at another?
Right underneath the bridge, yeah, the bridge was the
I
finish line.
didn't think we were gonna do that. Oh, we was just gonna do a swimming pool thing.
Well, that's more like for adults. isn't it?
Adults, this is
Oh.
for adults to buy a duck and then they dump them in the creek and,
Oh, okay.
And the kids got really into it a couple of years ago. They had a lot of fun chasing it down the side and watched me climbing the weeds to get them unstuck.
I do remember Cody saying that, but Grayson said he would help in the water,
Yeah,
so
he's got that.
he said he would help, move the ducks along in the water. And then there'll be the charge, you said, for some more for the church.
I believe maybe they'll do them for free or not. He was just kind of tossing ideas
Okay.
out.
So you're gonna follow up with them
Yeah.
to see. And have they offered? What usually goes on in the pavilion? Is that just an area for people to sit or?
So 2 years ago, that's where we did the chili cook-off.
Mhm.
So we decided not to do
Yeah.
that, so.
So yeah, we could just have, picnic tables and go out kind of, more lounging area. Where we had the music set up 2 years ago was kind of that flat spot kind of near where the porta potties are right now. So that's a good spot. You can sit there and, hear and see the music and
Now, supplies for the porta potty, do those get ordered through that company?
yeah,
I don't
they go
know.
by weekly.
But since we're gonna have a lot of people there, we
We
may,
could probably, wouldn't be a bad idea to get like 1 or 2 more.
okay,
Which they're pretty affordable, but yeah, I think they're Friday, they go and pump them all out, clean them, and then replace what's needed in there.
Or should have a handicapped one, or is there a handicapped one there?
I can't remember if we got a handicap one this year or not, but yeah, probably should.
I don't think either one of those are handicapped.
I mean, if you're gonna get some extra ones, that might be a good idea. Especially for people taking little kids, you're trying to fit in there with a little kid.
Yeah. So. All right, back
there's
to something to help raise some funds. Do we wanna do the jail thing and ask for volunteers to be arrested? I think Cody said he volunteered.
Oh, did I?
Isn't that what you told me?
Well, you said you were gonna be arrested, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, I volunteer. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
Problem is if we get all the volunteers helping with all the other stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
And they get
gonna
arrested.
say, how many volunteers do we get? Let's find
well,
out.
Yeah.
let's see who we can get to volunteer for that. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I get somebody good, so they raise a lot of money.
And trustee Hoskins said she would.
Okay.
And there's one other trustee, and I don't want to say because I'm not sure which one it was that said that. And I did mention it to Joyce and Lisa and them. So what I'll do is I'll do a formal letter inviting them to participate in our Bedford Township Day, give them the opportunity if they want to be on a float or in cars in the parade, whatever.
Tell them
And,
what their opportunities
and
are.
then they can also be arrested. So, all right, we'll do some more. Checking on that, and I just said that and it reminded me of something else. Oh, the other thing that I would like us to do, since this is the Bedford Township Days, is have a tent set up with some poster boards with historical information on it.
Yeah, it really
So,
would be nice.
I participated in the First Congregational Churches history program they just
You
had
did.
before they shut their doors, or, you know, before they leave that building, because they've or in the process of selling the building. And they had some amazing, just poster boards with amazing stuff on them. And then they did have some other displays down, but it was,
We probably have to have like a subcommittee
yeah.
to pull all that together.
All right, so that was the other question I had. We talked about tents,
Mhm.
because like for that, you know, I'd really like it underneath a tent.
Yeah. I could also go to the pavilion.
I was gonna say that if we're not having a chili cook-off, we might have a corner of the pavilion.
Pavilion,
Yeah.
That way you could tie things into the posts and stuff if you needed to.
okay.
You think we'd be able to, use one for the church, or
Use one what?
from our church, from those pop-up tents?
Oh,
I mean,
that's
we
right,
got,
I
we got a
forgot they
couple
had
of them
those.
there. I'm sure Pastor would mind.
I think we should see if we could, that's a big pavilion,
It is
Is it?
Okay,
you know, we could
Utilize
definitely
it?
80 foot long, so.
use a section of that or a corner of it. Because I mean, how much are they gonna have to eat? They're not gonna have the chili cook-off. If the hot dog people are there, then that would be, but other than that, what's gonna be there to eat?
and did they do that at the park? The hot,
Yes,
okay.
Yep.
That's what I wasn't sure of, because one year it looked like they did it at the church in the parking lot. They kind of spread things out.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, the one I went to, they were done.
okay.
They had they brought down big, roasters with the hot dogs already cooked.
So we're gonna heavily recruit for volunteers. And then the sponsors, like I said, I'll have the flyers to you guys this weekend. Is there anything else anybody can think of? I have no idea how many people either are gonna show up.
It's hard.
It's hard, yeah, it's hard because in reading some of the notes, the numbers were all over the place. So,
Cody, does Larry still come to any of the township or the fire department stuff?
Yeah, he comes to like the spaghetti dinner and pancake breakfast.
Oh, he
He's
doesn't
here.
come to any of your.
are you talking about the old chief?
Yeah, and he's here every Wednesday
He's
morning.
here every Wednesday.
Oh, okay, cause I know he's got a scrapbook.
Well, that's what I was telling, well, I don't know about script, but he was telling
Well,
me,
pictures,
yeah.
it's pictures, lots of pictures.
he was telling me that he has a book from the church that goes back into the 1800s too. He wants me to take a look at.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
And he was gonna bring it to the Wednesday senior things, and I had told him that week I wasn't gonna be there to bring it the next week, but he forgot, I guess. So,
Well,
and
that'd be
then,
good to get on that.
yeah,
Even if we could get some pictures blown up, you know, that would make it interesting to look at instead of only looking at little tiny
Right.
pictures.
They have old pictures of the old, fire department stuff from down here, don't they?
Potentially, yeah, there's, yeah, some
Oh,
old
I
stuff
said,
around.
yeah, before. When was this one built?
This one was built 2000 or 2002.
Well, I can tell you that they had, 3 poster boards that had pictures of the old fire stations when they were trying to get money, millage passed for that, but most of those pictures were of the damage inside. But there are a few, and then the archives, the Mary Butler Archives also had a few, which Chief Woodward told me the one is not Bedford Township. It looks just like our building with the stone and that, but I said, when did we ever have a fire station that had 3 bays? And he said that was a fire station downtown,
Mm.
so. And is there one more tote upstairs? Is that what you said that had?
There's a couple in that
Okay.
stack, but I know a lot of it's also like assessment rolls. But I think there's at least one more that has old Urbandale stuff in it.
Old Urbandale stuff or old Level Park stuff?
Or, yeah, Level Park, yeah. One of the two, I'm pretty sure it's Level Park.
Level Park,
Yeah.
okay,
It was just under one that had assessing that one day I went up and grabbed that one.
all right. We'll have to take a look. Maybe after, I should be able to come back up to one of those senior meetings in a couple of weeks, and maybe you can find somebody to haul the one down, you think.
Mm.
And we can look and just see what's in it. Anybody think of anything else or want to toss anything out? No,
It looks like a lot right
It does.
now.
Yeah.
it does. Okay. If we get a bunch of information together and is everybody agreeable to maybe holding a meeting between now and the end of August? Okay.
Mhm.
All right, on to new business. I didn't have any new business to discuss. Has anybody got anything? No?
I
Okay.
just have a question, and this really isn't pertaining to parks. Why am I seeing a sign up in different places about fire millage?
Penfield.
Oh, it's Penfield.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense,
Yeah.
because I was seeing it out on North Avenue.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because that did come up in a conversation
Oh, did
the
it?
other day. Yeah, and that, why did the township need $950,000 from the state if they got a millage coming up on the next ballot? And I'm like, I didn't think there was a
Yeah, we
millage.
don't, we're not adjusting our millage
Okay.
at all. But yeah, Penfield, they're trying to raise the millage, but they're getting rid of their road millage, so they're trying to basically be like,
A wash.
ultimately, yeah, the same
Mhm.
amount you've been paying, that's just all being allocated to public safety.
Okay.
All right. And then we move on to public comment. Any public comment?
Do I need to stand?
No, you don't need to stand.
Do my whole lecture there.
Put the minutes on.
Just speak loud enough so we can hear you.
Just wanted to, have further information on, what's up with the beautiful Bedford Awards. I think it's a wise move to honor, residents' properties that have been well taken care of and look pretty special, or they're growing lots of flowers, or, just something to honor their extra effort to make their property look presentable. My second thing is I would offer a suggestion. Washington Heights just had a community get together back in the second weekend of July. And I don't know where this company comes from, but all the rides, all the pinball games are run by people from the company. They have a little Ferris wheel. They had dependable rides that weren't all the bounce houses stuff. It just looked like a carnival ride. And they're well maintained. They didn't smell at all. And all the workers that were running the rides just made sure the kids were in line to get to the next available seat on a particular ride. But I don't know where this company comes from, but talk about enjoyable. I mean, I was sad that I was too big to be on these rides, but they were, geared for toddler age, probably up to junior high students, but just really well maintained. And I know that they've had this couple of years in a row. They said this is only their second year for this community get together, but they've had the same company years before at Washington Heights. So I don't know any prices, but man, they looked great. Kids were having fun, and it just looked like a carnival fair. They didn't have to pay anything to get on the ride. They didn't have to have a wristband on. They just lined up and wanted to try out the ride. So, and then the last thing I was thinking of, you mentioned about the sandbox. And I don't know if you remember, Little Types was a toy company that furnished outdoor play equipment. And I have a covered turtle sandbox that all it needs is just new sand, but it has a lid to it. And it's sizable. It's not overly large. I can't transport it in my car at all, but I have a daughter who has a truck that could get it delivered. But I'd sure offer the turtle sandbox to the township, because you could, use it, or, even put it out on one of the parks too. That could be playground equipment.
Okay. I know just exactly what you're talking about, because my kids used to have one.
But it's bright green.
Yep.
It's just not being used, but I know it needs new sand. But it's been, it's got a history to it, but it hasn't been used in years.
Caitlin's not playing in the sandbox anymore.
No. When I lift the lid on it, I don't see any critters.
Oh.
Just would offer that to, either as playground equipment or something for the township days activity.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll let you know on that. And back to the beautiful Bedford Township, we have to put that on pause right now. And I need to come up to the township office and talk to some people, and then it'll probably have to go before the board.
Oh, true.
So, to get that established, but there's been some concerns raised. That's all I'll say at this point.
Don't you think there's always more drama than is necessary?
Yep.
Just gathering attention, and I just really think when I've worked with the neighborhood planning councils in the city of Battle Creek, they have a beautiful Battle Creek Award, and they have one for a business and they have one for a neighborhood resident. And then they're honored right in front of the city commission. First up, they don't have to stay for the whole meeting.
Right.
Or if they can't make it, the neighborhood planning council officers shows up to get the award, which is they take a picture of the property and then make the award say when it was nominated by the NPC group and when it was, given at a city commission meeting. So to hear that Bedford would have its own would be pretty special.
Yeah. We had good intentions, and we still have good intentions. It just got sidetracked. So, all right. Park and Rec Committee member time, Mr. Roller.
Well, I don't. Yes, I got a pet peeve with cleanup hasn't happened at, Brookside Annex. Okay? Got the wood still sitting there, hasn't been cleaned. Kinda looks like junk. Okay? Watch a young man up there try to play basketball the other day. He got crap all over the courts and
Okay.
everything. I mean, trees need to be trimmed. You know, if you sit on the bench, you almost have one hitting you in the head. I mean, if we're paying people to take care of the parks, we need them to take care of. Okay, the lower Brookside, nobody wants to really take care of because it floods. Simmons Ballpark, it doesn't have nothing.
Right.
We had no playground equipment over in that area at all for the kids. All we have is the basketball courts and the tennis court. You don't even have a net for the
Yeah.
tennis court, okay? I mean, it's really a shame the way it's falling apart. And we pay people to cut grass and take care of everything else, we can't take care of the parks we have and stuff right now. There's no sense adding on any new ones.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
And we don't have a budget. I don't know what the budget is for the parks. Do you know what the budget is?
Not the exact figure, going into this year, it was around 93.
Oh, that's all I have to say, really.
Okay, and they're all valid concerns that have been raised before. And I guess I'm gonna ask this question, or I can come in and talk and find out from the office staff and the supervisor. What is the process to getting that fence section tore down and replaced at Brookside Annex? And all of
We
that,
just need to be, they probably have a couple companies out there and give them quotes for it.
Yeah, put it out there and have a bid on it and stuff, but, I mean, the tree got taken down, somewhat cut off, but it's just been sitting there.
And I wasn't
it
sure.
looks like junk.
Yeah.
And right now is when the parks get used the most.
Yeah, they
For
can't use
that,
it.
opportunity.
And I wasn't sure there because I know the tree got removed from the fence and cut up. If I was surprised it was still left there, but I didn't know if the people that live right there had asked for the wood or what. All right,
I have no
follow.
I know they have a wood burner in the garage, looks like they can have it, but it needs to be removed from the property.
Yeah, and I didn't know what the boundary lines were.
Yeah.
Does it end at the fence? Is that their property or?
It extends a little bit beyond.
Does
the
it?
fence,
Okay.
I would think that be like a setback rule for normal things. Was it normal setback anywhere from 6 to 8 feet from the property line or something like that?
Not for a fence. Fences we allow right on the property lines,
No,
but
but I'm saying,
for buildings, yeah, it's,
No.
depending on the area.
I mean, between the fence line and the court, there has to be at least 6 to 8 feet, right?
That I'm not sure of.
I'd say it used to be 5, I know that, but
I don't
times
know.
have changed.
Behind it.
Okay, so, cause that's been my thing is, after the tree got removed, I sent pictures of the fence and how it was ragged, once they got that pulled out of there, and that was a safety hazard. So then they came and took out some fence, and I don't know if that's still laying there, cause it was. But we'll make another trip over there and then find out how they want to handle getting bids, because
They want to add another full-time employee, they should be able to handle it.
that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sue,
I don't have anything to bring up.
Cody? No.
nothing else.
All right. I'm just gonna add this. The one thing that I said when I asked each of you guys to be on this committee was that I was going to try to keep the drama away from you. And believe it or not, I'm still trying to keep the drama away from you. But we're getting some feedback and so,
Like, I wouldn't argue with it, Tony. Stay their piece, and then just give them a thumbs up. Hey, all right, got you.
yeah,
Heard you. Don't.
I try.
People will spend all day on that.
There are, but then, everything we want to do, somebody wants to argue about it, and it's not all just the same, Right, nobody's here,
They should come.
except Mrs. LaValle,
You go.
so, and that's been my response, why haven't you, there's been a festival for years, why now is it an issue? Okay, the beautiful Bedford Township Awards, okay, back to, we talked about our Citizens of the Year, we're gonna move them over to the Grand Marshal, and I'm gonna reach out to the 3 individuals. Now that we have permission to have this parade and stuff, and that's the 3 individuals that turned 100 years old. I have Citizens of the Year is off the table, so. And get them to see, if we can do that. And again, reach out to your contacts, see if anybody wants to be in the parade. And I think the patriotic float is a great idea. I just don't know
Yeah,
who,
who might pick that up? I mean, if I was an organization, that would be my theme right there.
yeah,
And if I was a horse club, I'd be like flags and red, white, and blue and everything on the horses. But who knows?
all right. Anybody have anything else?
No.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.